Hi, Michal. Thank you very much for taking part in the Business Spotlight series. Hope I've said the name properly. I'm going to hand it straight over to you to introduce yourself and what you do.
Thank you, Ed. And wow, thank you for pronouncing my name so beautifully. That's not an easy one. So yes, I'm Michal Cohen-Sagi, been in the UK for 20 years now. And 15, almost 16 out of that, I'm in the well-being business. I am a co-founder of 58 Wellbeing, which is a center for a hub, I would say, for top professional therapists in London who are actually under our method working in integration to offer like a 360 degrees of health and wellness to clients. For me, the main ethos is supporting people staying healthy for longer. So I define longevity as helping staying healthy for longer. So we're all going to die eventually, even if it's 90 or 170. But the main idea is to be healthy till that last day is coming. And what we're doing here is with those professional therapists enhancing that approach.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know a few people who are in the 90s playing golf and hitting the ball really well, and that's an interesting. So is it more of a sort of preventative, proactive approach?
It is a proactive approach. Of course, we do have people who come into the clinic to take care of specific symptoms that they have, but we don't have patients, we have clients. And the entire idea is people who come here come to take care of their wellness. They come to enhance their lifestyle, to have a healthy lifestyle. And that's integrated in everything in life. So we have from nutritionists to psychotherapists to beauty therapists. We have aesthetics here as well, and physiotherapists. But the idea is to take all the aspects from emotional therapy, physical therapy, spiritual therapy, beauty, we're looking to now bring even technologies when the world is enhancing such amazing developments on technologies and biohacking that help us actually get to that keeping healthy for longer. You probably hear from my voice that I have a tiny little cold. Yes, but I can actually, because I maintain my health, it's not knocking me completely down. I can actually sustain it and keep on healthily by having that ongoing healthy lifestyle. And that's, of course, with the help of all the therapists around here.
Brilliant. And who are the typical kind of clients that come to the health center?
So in a way, it's kind of like we B2B, B2C. So our main clients, everyday clients, the ones my team are busy selling to, is selling the rooms and the space and our collaborative approach. So we have 58 Wellbeing that actually has treatment rooms that we rent to therapists on different, either from ad hoc to full-time. We have 58 Connect, which is our connective network when we invite selective therapists that we're building up that collaborative approach. They work together, they cross-refer. And we have the center that we invite clients. So it's either the therapist clients or our clients in the database to come and actually have those treatments. With that, we actually taking those group of clients, those group of therapists to different locations. We're doing well-being weeks in school. We're doing well-being weeks in corporates, really to be able to take that knowledge and experience of how different things, like we did Tai Chi in school last week for 14 years old, like teenage kids. But you've seen like after 3 minutes, how they realize, oh, that feels good. How can I use it for my next exam? So actually taking that different things to every single space in life. So who are my clients? The therapists, the ones that, and the best ones are ones that are open for collaborations and actually integrated with all these aspects. And the clients that are eager to live healthier. So they actually taking an action for that.
Brilliant. And what sort of, I guess that might not be one group here, but what sort of age range do you have?
Sorry, what's?
What sort of age range do you have in terms of the clients?
Oh, there's no age range. Because
Everybody.
because it's such a big variety. Yeah, there's really no age range. Not for clients, not for the therapist as well. Like I just met one of the therapists downstairs. She's been with us probably for good 10 years. And when she started, she was out of college in a way, very, very like starting, and she's now doing very well in corporates. So, we just open for ones who have that spark and are really, really out there to support clients. And for, as I said, for clients there will be those who are in their mid-age and they are going through a change in life that they need support of a coach or a psychotherapist. And there will be those that, want to look better. And there will be those who are actually saying, it's a time to reset everything. And physiotherapy, there's people who come in like either it's an injury or to have a better balance. So it's really throughout. And we do actually, we have 2 clinics here that treats children as well. So we have one great clinic that work with children with ADHD. So we have everybody here from all different ages, and we have a clinic that works with babies, and she offers cryocycle therapy. So it's really all
full spectrum.
Yes.
And also, look, you mentioned that people coming in. What was the impact of COVID on the business?
Whew. Wow. So happy it's not there anymore, although the impact is ongoing. So I can't say that I'm sitting here today and say, oh, COVID has been forgotten. No, we're still working very hard on restarting. So I think the main impact was, of course, the shutdown. And we had to be closed for the first 3 months when we all were too scared to knew what's going on. And we got from Westminster the letter that we need to shut down, and we did. The ongoing effect of that till today is that people just got used to this. So having sessions on screens became something that, wow, it's easier. You don't need to take a train that are not even working today. You don't need to rush. Most people that I know is like you just need to wear a top and you just with your pajamas. It took that meaningful effort that we had to be socializing to do it on a screen, and a lot of people still find it the best thing. So the city is, of course, not as empty as it was when I used to drive it during even the first year of COVID, which was quite scary, how empty it was. So there's more people, but when people come into work now, they don't come to a therapy session during the work time because they're only coming to work 3 days a week. So then during the therapy session, if it's a psychotherapy or even nutritionist session, they're doing it just online. So all of that physical connections actually went off. And I fear for the therapist as well, because we have few of them who just never came back. And when we speak to them, they come to connect sessions. I was like, yeah, we just sit at home and we see like 5 to 10 clients a day just in front of a screen. I was like, and what about you? What about your own mental health? Where is that? And you see how much they do want to connect. That's why they come to our Connect events. They want that. So I think my main, really, where COVID and the long COVID, I call it for my business, is that people are still in that distance therapy. And the only therapies that people still come is when you need to have a touch therapy on. We're seeing it's changing because the therapists actually want to move out. So some of them are coming with their laptop. So they sit here, they see each other, but they see their client in front of the screen, and they try to encourage clients to come in. I think for the long term, when and we're involved with some technologies that are coming, even we've just seen even like massage tables that they're fully AI and they don't need any massage therapist. So I think by time, a lot of the things will be replaced by technology, and we need to find ongoing ways to keep this social. Because I was talking about longevity and living healthier for longer. You can eat the best food, you can exercise, you can do all the boosters that I did today with all the vitamins infusions. If you don't have social life, you're not happy, you're not out there, you're not going to live for long. Simple. So I think we really, one of our ethos is to make sure that we integrate it, as I said, all the aspects, and being social is one of them, is part of the happiness. And hopefully we're building that back up. We can't change what COVID changed in the society, but we try to kind of like navigate around it in order to bring more people back in. We just signed another 10 years contract on our beautiful building, so it should become busy and busy again. Yes.
Excellent. And I think I mean, completely agree. All the studies that I've seen talk about when people live for a long time, huge part of it is the community aspect. So yeah, it's really interesting to hear that take on COVID and the remote working side too. So look, we've mentioned some technologies coming, and what would you see as that you've just signed a 10-year lease? What are your aspirations for the business in the next 5 years?
So probably we will look to bring some really exciting technologies in here. My employees are kind of like looking at me like, but what are we going to do? You know, all the rooms and all the therapies. The entire idea is actually to keep that integrated approach. So we will build in to bring things that will enhance what therapists are offering. So those will offer, and of course we love them and want them to come back, and the ones that are in here to grow will add those added values. So no, we're not going to put an AI massage treatments, because we believe that the amazing lymphatic drainage therapists that we have here will keep on actually not with AI, but with being with the client and seeing the stage that he is, and not just his muscles, will help them. But we will bring the other level that there's no, let's say, cryotherapy, or there's a lot of new technologies that I've seen some things that are really mind-blowing, like running machines that are non-gravity. So all type of things that actually enhancing our health that cannot be done by a touch therapy. With mental health and emotional therapy. I still, my husband is a psychotherapist and he's a partner in the business, and he moved from 5 days a week seeing clients face to face to 1 day a week seeing clients, and the rest is online. But I believe that more and more people will still want to come and see a therapist, and everybody understanding that value ongoing. And I don't see any AI replacing any of that in the future. There are some technologies, but again, there will be an enhancement of.
Brilliant. And then I suppose on the other side of that, what do you see as the challenges for the business moving forwards?
Employees. What happened to this generation? I have no idea. So we always had people that worked for us forever. We still have some of them here. But again, COVID created a lot of, we were not as busy, so we could not have people for full time, and we did a lot of 0-hour contracts, and we needed that flexibility. But even that, we used to have a lot of students that needed that flexibility. But I understand the generation changed and they're doing millions of things at the same time, and their commitment is, challenging. It's really difficult to find employees that are committed, that are really interested in being involved in what the business is about. And I'm not taking generations ago, I'm talking like a year ago, it was so easy to find them, and now they're kind of not there. And I just told my employees and my colleagues, I said, I'm happy to have anyone at any age. So it's kind of like difficult to find the right people. So I think that's the main challenge. And it's probably not just us. You probably hear that from a lot of people and everywhere. Employment became quite a challenge. We're still doing quite well and we have great people. We just hopefully growing, and we are growing, and we are, bringing back to that rhythm that we were pre-COVID, and we need as much as employees that we had before. That's one of the key challenges. And the other one, as I mentioned, is like people going out of their house and seeing other people. And
Brilliant, thank you. It's always good to get different takes, and yeah, of course, lots of people talking about the employment challenges at the moment, and how to get the engaged and workforce who buys into what you do. So obviously, you mentioned these things that are happening. I can see you think about the future, you're sort of reflecting on what's happening. So I'm guessing that you've done lots of reflection, given the nature of the work you do as well. What would you say has been the biggest learning as a business owner?
I think for me in life, I'll go back to employees. The more you invest in great people, the greatest your business is. So I always see my employees as, we don't have any hierarchy. I worked in big corporate for many, many years, but even there, it was all about how we're humans. So how do we connect and how do we build something together? So really keeping that investment in people. I think the other thing is really stay focused, which is a tough one for an entrepreneur. We just love doing new things all the time. People who are entrepreneurs, it's really difficult to stop that. It's kind of like a passion within you that you see something, it's like, oh, I can do that as well. So I think one of my biggest learning, especially as things like COVID happens, and we used to have 5 businesses, we have 3 now. We had to close 2 of them because I just told one of my employees today, the best tip ever I got from my first GM in Microsoft in Israel was do a few things well. And that was after my first year trying to, I was launch lead for Windows 95 and it was amazing and big and I did millions of things. And he said, you're doing great, but just remember to do a few things well. And I didn't get it. I was 20 nothing. I was like, why a few if you can do everything? And I said the exact same sentence to my employee just this morning. Because if you focus and you do a few and forget about the perfect and you do well, it's much better than trying to do millions of things and none of it is good. So I think it's really always finding the time to focus on what are the next great things that you can do so well. And the other thing is always enjoy what you're doing. There's always challenges in life, and there are always days that, they're not great days. But unless we wake up in the morning and going to do something we love, we go back to longevity, you're not happy. So yeah, I think those are the key things. Keep on enjoying what I'm doing and try to not do too much of them, too many things. So focus on those key things.
Fantastic. And yeah, look, you can see the passion coming through and the enjoyment of what you're doing. What's the source of inspiration behind that?
What's the, sorry?
What's the source of inspiration for you behind what you
do? Well, my husband, I have to say, I was a tech freak, loved my corporate life. And And I think one of the things he said to me one day, he said, "Are you going to do that forever?" And, I probably would. I really enjoyed it. But he left corporate life, became a psychotherapist. And one day he said, "Therapists are very lonely people. Why don't we create something that they are working together and it's for the benefits of the client?" So this is what we launched 16 years ago. I was always interested in health and well-being. I always say, like, my first detox was probably when I was 20, when, I don't know if back then people talked about detoxes, but I remember fasting and drinking all these things and not drinking coffee for a few days and having all these side effects. And I always was interested about how our body reacts to what we do, to what we eat, to how we move. I never studied it because I was more techie, but I think all of that brought me to, interesting, let's do it. And the more I went into being treated by those amazing therapists, because I always call myself a guinea pig, everything new that comes out, like, oh, I'm going to try that. Actually seeing the effects on that, it was more interesting to me to learn more about it and understand more about it and share it with others. So I think my passion is really based on my experience. And thanks to Noam, my husband, I kind of like came in to be part of that everyday thing. So.
Thank you. That's great to hear the backstory of how it all started too. So thank you
Yes.
for that. And look, as a final question, is there any news or any offer you'd like to share with the audience?
So as I said, one of the things is we still have some empty rooms, although they're amazing and we renew them. So, and we are welcoming great therapists and practitioners and doctors with CQC ready to join us either in 58 Wellbeing or in 58 Connect, be part of that community. The other thing is, I don't have a date to where this is coming for, but stay tuned. We potentially going to bring quite amazing technologies in for both testing and for the next level of really experiencing biohacking and longevity support. So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that sounds great. Thank you very much for taking part. It's been really good to find out about the business and what you do. So thank you, Michal.
Thanks so much. Thank you.